So how different is this from the rest? Earlier we saw individual observation where there were no frequency at all. Then we saw problems dealing with frequency, but there was no class interval in the variable, x variable. But now you have both. You have class interval and you have frequency, right? So these kind of series, they are referred to as the continuous series. So how will you solve for such problems? How will you solve for continuous series? So suppose you are going to take this as x, right? And then suppose you are taking this as f. What should be the next step that I need to do? Yes?
Find the mid value for
Very
the class
good.
interval.
So first step will be to find the midpoint, right? You may have to find the midpoint. Mid value or m, right? Okay. So you have to find the midpoint for x, which means the class interval is 10. So the midpoint, right, is almost like an average where the middle point lies. Okay, so it is going to be, for first case, what will be the value?
5.
5.
5. Then
15.
15,
15,
25,
25, 30 to 40, it is 35.
35, 45, 55.
45, and then, so what is the next step that you will do?
To multiply the mid value and the f.
Yes? Yeah, Anita, what was it?
Ma'am, to multiply
Yeah.
the middle value and the number of persons, ma'am, f.
Okay, so you want to do the direct method. Okay, if it is going to be direct method, then it will be f into m, right? And then you will be working out on that sigma fm concept, right? So you're used to that. Or deviation method is also step deviation method. You all are used to step deviation method. Assume mean method.
This first one is easier.
What Daniel?
The first
Used to
direct
assume mean?
method. Yes, miss. We know that.
Yes.
But
okay, so
first
you're
one is
used
easy
to
now,
assume
ma'am.
the mean method. Yeah, and also step deviation method, right? So shall we take up that? For others, those who find it difficult, probably you will do an F and you will do an M, and then okay, you will do a sigma F and you will carry out. But for those who are familiar with assume mean method, probably you have to go for certain values, right? That is, you will go for something called as A. A is nothing but the assumed mean. Instead of finding out certain things, you are going to assume that of the values, there is going to be some value close to that. Only you are going to have the answer. So you will find plus or minus of that with the help of the formula. But you can make certain assumption based on that. So now suppose I'm going to assume my mean as 35. Okay, A is nothing but the assumed mean, right? Then what I need to do is I will go for this deviation, my values, x values, to what extent it is deviated from the assumed mean, right? So it will be, I may have to find out my x minus my A, right? My x minus A, or in other words, it will be your m minus A basically, right? More than x, it is going to be your m, right? Let's put it straight away as m. But generally the formula is x minus A. But here in this case, since we are having mid value, we will take m, right? And then, so your m minus A will be what? So it will be 5 minus, for the first case, it will be 5 minus 35, right? So it will be minus 30.
Minus 30.
And if I'm going to write minus 30, that again is not going to help me much. Is it not? That's not going to help me much because I will anyway land up making more calculations. So if I have to simplify, what I can do is I can divide this by the class interval I, right? So for that, let us see what is our I. Our I is nothing but, what is your class interval?
10.
10.
10. class interval is 10, right? So now it will be 5 minus 35 divided by 10. So 5 minus 35 is 30, minus 30, minus 30 by 10 will be minus 3. Yes, very good. So it makes things simpler and easier for us, right? Is it not? 15. So the next, it's so will be 15 minus 35. Next value it as minus 20. Then by 10, so it will become minus 2. Okay. So like that, I will be proceeding with all the values. (25 minus 35 is minus 10. By 10, I will get minus 1. Now, is this clear or not clear? You have to tell me so that I know for some comes 0. We are trying to simplify, right? It is clear. And then 45,
1.
and then yes, minus 35 is 10. 10 by 10, you are going to get equal to 1. And then 55 minus 35, which is 20 divided by 10, you are going to get it as equivalent to 2, right? So minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So what should I do next? Now, instead of multiplying f and m, I should anyway be multiplying with the frequency some value. So instead of that, I'll be multiplying my f with d, right? So I'll be multiplying f with then 25 into minus 1, which is
Minus 20.
minus 25, and then it is 0, and then 20 into 1, which is 20, and then 10 into 2,
20.
again 20. 10 2s are 20. Okay, and then we have to go for the total. So this will be your sigma f. So what is your total?
Minus 20.
Minus 20. Okay. So you will get your sigma ft, which is minus 20. And then what is your sigma f? Because that will be your n. So what is
100.
your sigma f?
100.
100. So you have to total up all the values and then you will find that it is 100. So this will be your sigma f. Okay. So now you go for your mean, right? So when you calculate mean, it will be, your formula will be slightly different. It won't be regular sigma fm by sigma f, because here you are going to make certain arrangements with the assumed mean. You are trying to find out, you have assumed something as mean. You have said 35 is the mean. So you have to work around that 35 only, right? So you start with that A, right? So you start with A, right? Plus with sigma ft, right? By sigma f, okay? But what else should you do? You divide
Into
it
I,
here
ma'am,
by
plus
I.
into
So
C.
here you will multiply by I, so that you are rectifying what you did. Okay, so your I is 10, A is 35 in this case. So everything is very clear for you. Everything else is provided. So you have your A, which is 35, plus sigma FD, which is minus 20. And then divided by sigma F, which is 100.
100.
And then multiplied by I, which is 10. So next answer, what are you getting? $33. Yes.
33.
Ranganath, Bharat also said. Okay. Ranganathan. Very good. What is it? The answer you're calculate your mean when it comes to calculating it for the continuous series, right? So direct method is where you have F, you have M, you find M, and then you multiply F and M, and then you do sigma Fm by sigma F. Okay, that is a direct method. But the issue with that method is that your mid value also sometimes will be, something to do with, big values. And then your F also could be big values. So when you multiply both and then when you calculate, things might, sometimes you have a tendency to make mistakes. So here itself, we are trying to simplify everything for you. How are we trying to simplify? We are trying to simplify with the help of D, right? The deviation, for which you are assuming something as a mean. Okay, you can assume anything. You can even say 25 is the mean. You can even say 10 is the mean. You can say whatever. But finally, you will arrive at the answer 30. Yeah. So you have to assume in the first place something as a mean, and then you have to find the deviation from your midpoint to that mean. How your midpoint and that mean, in what way it is deviated, how much it is deviation is happening, and you can, that will be assumed mean method. But we have gone ahead and we have done step deviation method, because we want to even more simplify the task. So even more simplification will be, you have the class interval, so why not use the class interval and divide it, so that your answers need not be 30, 20, 10, 10 0, 10, and 20. Then when you multiply, it will be like, 400, 200, it will keep, zeros will keep adding. So just divide it by that class interval, so that you get very simple answer like -3, 2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Things are made simpler. Now multiply F and D. Same way, now proceed as though nothing has happened, only add A to that. So sigma FD by sigma F multiplied by I, because you divided by I, you have to rectify it by multiplying by I. Yeah. So is this clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, this is Daniel here, ma'am.
Yes, Daniel.
Ma'am, is calculator allowed to be used?
Calculator. Yeah. Generally, we use calculator for your college purpose. It is permitted.
Thank you, ma'am.
And usually, yeah, it is permitted. Calculators are permitted. So let me give you one problem. Okay, same way, calculate mean for the continuous series. So now calculate this. So if you have taken down this, then probably I'll be calling out your attendance. So I may have to stop sharing for that. Please take this down and keep working out. Have you all taken this down? Shall I stop sharing and I need to complete
Yes, ma'am.
attendance?
Ma'am, same method.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can use any method. I just taught you in the step deviation method. It's up to you. But if you're using only assumed mean, you will have a tough time because your mid values are, 2.5, 7.5 like that. It's up to you.
Okay, ma'am.
Just get me the right answer. That's important here. So I'll stop sharing. I hope all of you have taken this down. Just answer your attendance, please.